everyone. In this video, we're gonna take a look at the ZDToys Iron Man Mark II suit from the first Iron Man movie. Although this also appeared on Iron Man 2. And I got this for 1,100 pesos, roughly $30. Now let's take a look at the box, followed by the figure and the accessories. Now here's the box. So this design is different from Mark 4 to Mark 6, but it's similar with Mark 3. So here. And then you have this rainbow effect. Now here are the sides. So you have this pattern shining here, and that's similar with top and bottom. Then here's the back. Then opening it, so we have this Mark II cardboard cover here. And then we have these insides of the armor. Then for the sides, we have these ray effects. And then again, we have the magnet mechanism in the box here. And now here's the Mark II armor. So I didn't find any movie inaccuracies with this figure, but still let me know in the comment section if I missed anything. And showing you how shiny the silver is without the lighting. Here. Now here's the head. So we have a great sculpting on the face, as you can see on the mouth and the cheek area. But mine has an issue. As you can see here, there's a dot. And the right eye was not placed perfectly, so it's a bit elevated. The left one is also elevated, but it's not noticeable. Here. Then here are the issues at a distance. So the dot here is noticeable, but the issues on the eyes are not. Then there's the rest of the head. So we have these holes. So we will see that on other parts as well. Now here's the upper body. So this is movie accurate. Like the collar area here, the large screws, and this design on the sides of the chest. Now here's the arc reactor. So it's in a translucent piece similar to the eyes. The sculpting is really great as well. So even the sides has design. As you can see, the pointy ones. The middle part is painted silver, but the surrounding parts were not painted completely. As you can see, mine only has paint on the four parts here. Then here's the abs. So again, an issue here. Then here are the sides of the body. So even this design is movie accurate. Then here's the shoulder pads. And even the shoulders itself has design, as you can see here. The biceps part. So mine has some molding issues here, but that's fine with me. And this is only on the right side. So there's no issue on the left one, as you can see here. Then here's the elbow area and the forearm. And now my issue here is this one, this part here. I believe this is not an additional design, but rather ZDToys just forgot to cut this part. And the issue here is it blocks the movement of the forearm, as you can see here. So bending this part needs an extra effort. Here. So I might try cutting this later. Now here are the hands. So the default one that comes with the figure is the closed fist. Then going down to the crotch area. Then here's the hips. So we have this piece with nice design and color scheme. Then here are the thighs. The sides. And the back. Then here are the knees. So we have design even on the covered area here. Then here are the legs. So minus a paint issue here. Then the feet. And here's the bottom part. Then here's the back. Then we have these foldable flaps here. And we have design under it, but not on this area. Then here are some angles when using the flaps. Now for the accessories, first is the flight stand. Then you have the Iron Man Mark II print here on the base. And then you have two options using this one. So we have the clamp here and the one with crotch support. And borrowing the instruction from Mark V on how to assemble the stand. So you can pause it here now for your reference. The next accessory are the blast effects. And we've been getting the same blast effects on other ZDToys Iron Man suits. So here. And last are the 3 extra pair of hands. So we have the relaxed hands, the aiming hands, and the shooting hands or the flight hands. And we've also been getting this kind of hands in other ZDToys Iron Man suits. So the relaxed hands has different peg hole position compared to the aiming hands and the shooting hands, which both has the same peg hole position. And then here are the palm side. Then here are the relaxed hands on Iron Man. And showing it to you closer, here. And here are the aiming hands. Here. And showing you the close-up. Here. Last are the flight hands or the shooting hands. So the difference with the aiming hands is the peg hole here and the thumb, as you can see here. And showing it to you with blast effects. So here. Then for the close-up, here. And using all the blast effects here. And included in this Mark II is an extra shoulder pads for Mark III. And there are no difference with articulation. So we've already seen this in the Mark III and Mark V review. The head can look up this far and down this much. It can look left or right. The shoulder pads can move up or down. I just have a loose shoulder pads on the left side, here. The shoulders itself can move up 90 degrees. It can turn 360. It's in a ball joint, so you can move it in any direction, here. And you can move it outward or inward. The biceps can rotate 360. The elbows can bend this much by default, because this piece here hinders the forearm movement. But if you try to put a little force, like this, so you can bend the elbow this much. The hands are on ball joint, so you can rotate it 360. You can move it in any direction as well, here. But for the basic movement, you can move it up this much, and down, and left or right. For the upper body, you can move it upward or downward. Then it's also in a ball joint, so you can move it in any direction, here. But showing you how far it can bend, here. Then you can turn it left or right, just a little bit. The ball joint and the hips can move up or down, here. And it's also in a ball joint, so you can move it in any direction. But Iron Man can split this wide. He can kick forward this high. And if you move this thigh a little bit to remove the hindrance here, so he can kick this high now. It can kick backward this much. But again, if you rotate the thigh like this, then you have additional movement backwards. You have thigh rotation. The knees can bend this much. And the feet are on ball joint again, so you can move it in any direction. but you can barely move it up. But you can move it down this much. You can point it left or right, and you can tilt it sideways. And last are the flaps on the back, which you can move up here. And similarly, the height is 7 inches. And here's Mark II alongside with Mark III and Mark V. Then here's the Mark II suit on the ZDToys Hall of Armor. So overall, I really like this figure, even if it's plainly silver with minimal design. There are some issues like the dots on the faceplate and abs, but those are all fine with me. And again, if you are an Iron Man fan and wants to complete the Hall of Armor, then I suggest collecting these ZDToys. And that's it in this review. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It will help this channel a lot. Let me know also in the comment section what do you think about this figure. So thanks again and see you in my next review. Bye!
While me do my two-step.